Hello, and thank you for joining me for another episode, if we can call it that, or part three of customer experience. So, today, the topic is preconceived perceptions. So, when dealing with customers, in your environment, wherever you are, like maybe corporate or a retail space, um, have you ever like sort of judged someone before they you actually sit down with them or actually speak to them or actually assist them? So you basically just assume that based on what you see, this is how the person will react, and then you decide whether or not you want to assist that person. Um, so I've made a couple of points here. For example, have you ever, say for example, someone they look upset. You know what I mean? They just have like the face. They just like um, look as if they don't smile that much or whatever the case may be. And automatically one can assume that this person is not a friendly person, is not a sociable person, and this person, the whole experience is probably going to be a bad one. So, have you ever done such a thing as a consultant or as a assistant or whatever your role is? I want to hear from. I would like to hear from you and your experience specifically, and if you can give like real time examples, it would be great. You can obviously use the comment box, or you can comment on one of my blogs when you Google Solo to Brands by Andrea. There's also a comment box online, and or you can just email me, and then we can see like how we can make your information so like publish it on social media so that we can help more people through this type of experiences. So sometimes you assume that based on how the person looks is you already think you have an idea of how the entire experience is going to go, but it's not always the case. How do you know that that person is not a friendly person? How do you know that the person hasn't got a bubbly personality? How do you know whether or not the person can teach you something? You know what I mean? Or you never know because you don't stay with the person, you haven't met the person before. You are judging the person purely based on what you see in front of you. So, the other thing is, besides the face, I'm talking now about the dress code. So, sometimes one can assume based on how someone looks when they walk into a store, um, that or any space like for example a retail store, or like I keep making the same examples like customer facing environments, which is like corporate space, retail banking, what like stores in the malls, etc. You know, where customers walk in and then you need to assist the person, and then you can basically you scanning the person to see like how they are looking, etc. um, when you are there to make sales, you are there to give a good customer experience, but here you are also um, you're putting yourself in a position to sort of scan the person regarding whether or not how much they can buy from you, or based on how they look, or how they're going to treat you, or how you're going to treat them based on how they look. So this is what this subject is about today. So then let's talk about looks. Do you assume that based on how someone is dressed, that they can only buy a few items or one item based on their dress code? I want to say that sometimes people, when they are at home, sometimes they work Monday to Friday, and then when they get home and they need to go to the mall, then sometimes they just they get dressed and in casual way, and maybe they just tie their hair in a bun if it's a female, or if it's a guy, maybe they just throw on a tracksuit, or whatever the case may be. They just grab whatever is comfortable, and then they head to the mall to do what they need to do. Maybe during the day they are dressed in a suit or dressed better than how you would assume is bad, but some people just like to be comfortable. Like me myself, I also sometimes when I'm at home, I don't really worry. I wear whatever I can find, and sometimes I just want to go to the store um, like that. You know what I mean? Without putting on makeup or or without like making sure my hair is all perfect or whatever the case may be. So, if you are out there assuming someone is now can't afford anything in your store based on how they are dressed, then that is really something you need to think about, because what are you basing that on? Um, because you can also get someone that's dressed really well that doesn't have a penny in the bank. So, for example, they dress really well. Maybe they spend their money all on makeup and on clothes, and they can't afford anything, but they're there window shopping for their next payday. So, one cannot assume what's going to happen based on how someone is dressed. So I think in this situation, what I would do is I would allow the person to come into the space, greet the person. I'm going to cover another topic which is based on greeting. So watch the previous episodes if you haven't, and then keep watching and follow my channel if you haven't already. But I'm going to cover another topic or specifically on greeting. So greet the person, let the person browse the store, or let the person browse in your space, or hear the person out if it's a service environment. What is it that the person is there for? What is it that the person is looking for? And see then how you can assist the person from there. Then you will understand whether you are able to assist the person with a service request, or whether the person wants to is just window shopping, and you're going to make a massive sale when they actually get their salary, or you are actually going to get some other opportunity from the person. So you never know, like how people what's going to happen based on just how they are dressed. I think this is something you can think about, and I would like to hear your opinion on it. But truly, it's not always the people that is. Yeah, so basically, people usually assume when you are dressed like you, they either make the assumption you're either too poor or too rich, or you there trying to trick them. You know what I mean? So without even having to greet the person first. So this is something to consider. Have you ever? The question is, have you ever done something like this and been surprised by the outcome, that it wasn't what it you could never have assumed that the interaction would turn out the way it did. So I would like to hear your experiences, and I would like to hear your thoughts on this. Then, secondly, this is all tied to a bad result in terms of the customer experience, where you sort of want to like dodge certain people. So the first couple of things I mentioned was based on their looks, based on the way their face is, and secondly, based on what they are wearing in terms of their clothing. Then I want to talk about sound and what you hear. So, have you ever tried to dodge someone because they have a loud voice, or about the way maybe they speak a certain way? You're sitting at your desk and the person is at the reception area talking a certain way, and you can pick up the sound from your desk, or in a retail space, you are in the space and the person is asking one of your colleagues a question, and you can hear the way they're speaking, and now you trying to avoid the person because of a certain reason. um, Maybe you think the person shouldn't be talking the way they are talking, because maybe you think that now you're assuming the person that you've never seen in your life is now acting a certain way, trying to be a certain way. You know what I mean? You're taking it a step from professional, you're taking it personal, and you now assuming that this person is acting like they're acting a certain way, and they acting like they are better than you, because you don't they shouldn't be talking that way based on how they look, or they shouldn't be talking that way based on where they stay, or whatever the case may be. You have now gone from professional to a personal thing, like you've ever seen that person before, and ever maybe you don't understand any history, or you don't know where the person is coming from, but you are ready to dodge this person because you have preconceived perceptions about that person, and there you could have lost a big sale, and that is unfortunate, and that is a bad customer experience, because you could have connected with someone and you could have created customer loyalty if you had given the person a chance to sort of, do what they are there to do, and showcase your skills as a professional in that space. So I want to go back to when I talk about a loud voice. Sometimes it can be a little bit scary if someone is talking too loud, but sometimes it's just someone's personality. They speak loud at home with their family and friends. They're speaking loud in general, but they basically just want to, they're not used to a space maybe where it's quiet, like a retail corporate space. They're not used to that. They usually maybe seen someone to do those things, but now because they really really have to fix something in a retail space, maybe a service request, it may be related to insurance or whatever the case may be, and they have to go into the space to fix an error or whatever the case may be. Now this person is coming for like at a random time, and now they have that personality and they're out there, they're loud, and now you as a consultant, is you preparing to go on lunch now, or you preparing to dodge them because you now think this person is going to come shout at you, when that isn't even the case. And in my personal experience, I've experienced a lot of times people like that. They're actually quite friendly. They just want to do what they need to do. They need your assistance. They don't know how to um, get certain things done. They just want you to hear them out, wrap it up for them, summarize it for them, and handle the situation so that they can get out, go home, and do their own thing. You know what I mean? So it's about giving the person a chance to um, just hear them out and then try and resolve the issue with them. So, in most cases, I'm also going to do another video regarding complaints, because a lot of people are scared of complaints, and there's actually pros and cons to complaints, and it shouldn't be that scary, because wherever you are, you should be treating people with respect, and people should give you that respect. If someone is not respecting you in their space, in your space, then you have the right to ask them to leave, or you have the right to ask them to please um, speak to you in a decent way, or you are able to basically try and calm the situation down, which I'm also going to talk more on in future videos. But the main thing is there are ways to handle things when it comes to customers. The most important thing you need to remember, you are dealing with, if you are in a walk-in space, you are dealing with random people. You don't know those people. Like I said, you don't stay with those people. You don't see when they wake up, when they go to sleep, when they brush their teeth, when they talk to their friends, when they talk to their family. You don't see those things. So you can never assume someone is a certain way and now you want to dodge them. Because the problem with this is you are going to, if for example you do decide, everyone is now deciding to go on lunch because someone is talking too loud, or you can hear a complaint coming at the front desk. Everyone is going on lunch, and now this person needs to be assisted, but no one wants to assist the person, and now everyone is dodging and running, and now the branch is packed with people, and now you have an internal problem. You've got an internal problem, and then you're going to be even more exhausted once that is done, because now you have to resolve the problem, another problem in the branch with the space again. So the best thing is to just address the issue head on. If you need training, then you ask a manager to show you how to deal with people like that. And there's nothing wrong with not knowing processes. You can also tell the person, if the person is in a hurry, that you can take their details down, you can get the answers that they require, and you can give them feedback on time. So um, this is all based on preconceived perceptions. I would like to hear your take on things, and I want to hear if you actually had these experiences. What was the result when you dodged people? When it comes to like assuming someone is a certain way. Did you lose money, you and your business, because you assumed the person is too poor to afford anything in your store and shouldn't be there? Or did you make no sales because you assume someone is the right looking is the right fit for your branch or the right space, and you want to talk to this person now because you feel like this person is going to be okay based on what you've seen this type of client in the past, so you're going to deal with this person, but then you have no results, no, you reach no objectives for your branch. um, or someone that you assuming is not smiling, their face looks a certain way, you didn't want to assist them, you are asking all your colleagues to assist them instead of you, because you know based on the person's face, you are not in the mood to help them, and as a result the person was left waiting in the waiting area, and then it resulted in a complaint, and now you have a problem, whereas you never even gave that person a chance. Um, the other thing, have you ever done those things and had someone leave your branch because um, you didn't want, nobody wanted to assist the person because their voice is too loud, or they don't speak a certain way, so you lose the customer, and the customer might be loyal to the brand. Maybe the customer and their entire family is connected to a certain brand, and this is why the customer is there. And like I explained to you, the customer doesn't approach a service environment in a long time, so they only um, access that space if they really have to. And so that happened that particular day that you decided to dodge that person, and which resulted in a complaint. That person then decided to cancel all their things with you in a service environment or take their money elsewhere and never return to that branch and tell everyone they know about the experience they had. So you losing a customer and your reputation is damaged. Have you done any of those things? Have you experienced any of these things? Have you helped someone as a manager dealing with these things? Let me hear from you. And this is for my brand, Shop Property Marketing. I'm selling some ebooks on there. There are commission opportunities for you, and also all the 10% of the book sales will go to my charity, which is Starving Waffle. There's other digital solutions that you can buy and you can sell. And this is all with regards to customer support. And it's my goal to make sure that the people that I hire treats people good and well. And this is why I've made the time to make these videos on customer experience based on my personal experience over the years. And I would also like to invite the public to share their comments so that we can help more people give that customer experience and create that good vibes in these spaces, because at the end of the day you're going to be a customer again, and then these people that give you a bad experience where you could have actually just blocked it. You know what I mean, and just try to work on a resolution, which is what my main aim is of these videos. I'd like to hear from you. Thank you.